Welcome back to another episode of Magpie Talkback Radio, where you call in, you leave me your thoughts about the game, and I'll respond to them. Let's get straight into it. So not too many callers today, but we're going to start off with Anonymous. Now, Anonymous always scares me because who knows what we get, but here goes nothing.
Hi, Swoop. My thoughts on the game were that Billy Brampton is the GOAT and Jeremy Howe is one of our best defenders ever. And that's about it. I think it was pretty good.
I love that. Billy Brampton is the GOAT. I just put out a video today. 10 spoils. Jeremy Howe going right under the radar. And they were both on my Swoop standouts in the previous video that I put out. Mate, you are absolutely correct. Jeremy Howe has just been a revelation. I'd love to do a video about Howie and his journey, and I would love to chat to him. Up next, we've got Gary. Now, Gary is one of the OGs to Magpie Talkback Radio.
Hey, Swoop, it's Gary. Collingwood back on top where they should be.
Yes.
But yeah, fantastic win in the wet.
Yep.
Also 10 in a row against the Crows and the MCG.
Pretty good.
And also Brozzy's first win as captain. And also the biggest impact on Collingwood is Dan Houston.
Yeah, okay.
He is literally turned it on for us this year. Like, he kicked another 50-metre goal again.
A big Houston bomb.
It's fantastic. I'm glad when he went to Collingwood. So good. And our next three matches is the Kangaroos, the Hawks, and the Demons, and then we've got the bye. We just got to wait and see what happens in the next three matches.
Yeah.
Just see how they turn. But yeah, we are looking so good this year.
We are.
We're premiership contenders. Like, I'm reckoning we can win this flag this year. Definitely. All right, sweets. I'll see you next time.
Thanks.
For voicemail, okay? Bye.
Thanks, Gary. First off, Gary, your personality, your bubbliness, your how excited you are, it puts a fire in my belly and it makes me want to keep doing this sort of stuff. Love everything that you said. Dan Houston had a great game. I know there was some talks of like, oh, Noble Houston and all this stuff in the media, but Dan Houston did exactly what we need to do. And like I said, or like I've been saying, Dan Houston there allows Josh Dacos to, get nearly 30 disposals and all these score involvements and stuff like that. Let's Josh Dacos be more offensive, and then Dan Houston, Isaac Quain or Harry Perryman hold down the back. TJ, all the way from Perth.
Hey Swoop, how you going?
Good, thank you.
Our forward line drives me absolutely mental. How do you go from doing what you did last week to doing what we did today? Like, opposition defenses aren't coming close to beating us. We are just so inaccurate. We're making them look better than what they are. It just honestly makes me want to punch a wall. But on a positive note, the league needs to start putting some respect to Big Bad Billy Brampton's name. That man has got a pocket full of key forwards, and he is just getting better every game he plays. Go Pies.
Look, TJ, I know what you're saying. I know we just can't kick straight, right? And how many times have we made teams, exactly what you said, look better than they are because we can't kick straight? Happened against the Bulldogs, happened against Carlton, happened last week against Fremantle. Not against Fremantle. Last week against who did we just play? Adelaide Crows, Kuwarna. Even happened against Geelong. We just need to be more efficient. Kicking more goals. Like, bad kicking is bad football, but thankfully, when we do get the ball in, we're scoring. We are scoring goals, but just need to convert 3 or 4 more of those behinds and those chances to goals. I know it was raining a little bit, or not a little bit. It was raining a lot, so that doesn't help. But they are practicing it in training. I see them all the time. It's just, I don't know. Let's fingers crossed that when we get to the North Melbourne, it's not like last year, and we can actually put up a good score. Pindu.
Hello, Soup. How are we?
Good, mate. Tell me.
Oh, what a cold, gusty win against Adelaide. the last 10 times we played them, it was by less than a goal.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, today we won just by 10 points. Look, I feel like we played well. Credit to our defense again.
Yeah. Yep.
Keeping the Oppo side under 85 points or something like that. That is like incredible. Tell me, man, what are your thoughts about Bobby Hill's karate kick towards goal?
Mate.
That was amazing.
Incredible.
What can't Bobby Hill do? Yeah, I feel like, oh, mate, a lot of good players performing. Ned Long's pressure, 3 tackles in like 60 seconds. That is very well done. And, you know...
Tell me.
Obviously, there's like some games, that it won't be the best conditions, but, like if our tackle's on top...
Yep.
And we're obviously a pressure side, then anything can happen, which we did well today.
Exactly.
Yeah. I felt like Scotty Pendles had a good game.
Mate, absolutely correct. I love that Ned Long shout out. Craig McRae, Josh Tackles, all these players are coming out and saying that our midfield is better for Ned Long in there. And, you got to remember that he's only 22 and he laid, 13... Was it 13 tackles? Or did I... No, that was Tom Mitchell in the VFL. He laid 9 tackles or something, Ned Long. But he's just one of those guys where, mid-season draft pick, we're showing him more love than Hawthorn did. He's come from the clouds. He is a beast in there and will never, ever, 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 ever wear the sub-vest again. But that Bobby Hill kick... Bobby Hill just does one or two things that are just absolutely magical every single week. And what you don't see with Bobby Hill is, he might not get 3 or 4 goals every single week, but the opportunity he's creating, he's giving defenses a hard time just in general. Same with Jamie Elliott. They don't have to kick bags and bags of goals because what they're doing, setting up the forward line and letting the big guys, have their day in the sun or in the rain, as it was the other day. They do a lot of things that just go unheralded. Paulie B, my boy.
All I'm going to say, Swoop, is looking good. The only thing stopping the Pies this year will be injuries.
Yep.
Whoever finishes top 4 and has the least injuries will win the flag, and hopefully it's us. Good to see Ed Allen pick up. And by the way, got your hoodie and love it.
Yes.
We'll get a bucket cap in due course.
Mate.
Adios, amigo.
Mate, thank you for the support and, helping out the channel and me by purchasing that sort of stuff. It's a bloody cold day. A hoodie would be absolutely perfect. But you're 100% right. Last year we got decimated by injuries. We had a good run in 2023 to win the flag. And it comes down, premierships and stuff come down to luck, right? If we can have a fit and firing squad by... round 20 onwards, and I mean, Jordan De Goey, Lockie Schultz, these players that we're not seeing a lot because of injury, if they can, Dan McStay, if they can have a good run at it towards the end of the year, I don't care if they're not playing now, they need to play well and get fit towards the end of the year. Unstoppable, it's going to be so exciting. Ben, you know what just before I get to Ben from Wellington, what I love about doing these voicemails and stuff like that is, we got a lot from Victoria, Australia, blah, blah, blah. Ben from New Zealand. We got Jonno from Japan coming up. You swoopers are international. The Collingwood Army is international, and I love it. Ben, kia ora.
Hey, look, hope you're going well. I didn't see the game live. I was working, so I just got the replay today or on Sunday afternoon, and that was a tough game.
It was.
It was a tough game in the wet. Not the greatest conditions, but Collingwood know how to pull off a good win.
Yeah.
And Billy Brampton, Harry Perryman, shout out Harry Perryman, some good moments in the clutch.
The boy.
Just a really good all-round performance and solid. Jeremy Howe. I was trying to think of what could I say about Jeremy Howe. I would say he's like a Cuban cigar, just something super fancy, just grateful to have in the side.
I love that.
And upwards and onwards to next week against North Melbourne, which that will be a tough game because remember last year they gave us a scare. So hope you're doing well, brother. Great buys, baby.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you for calling in. Jeremy Howe is a Cuban cigar. I love that. You know, we've done the fine wines. We've got Pendles and Style Bottom as those fine wines. Jeremy Howe is that Cuban cigar. I'm not a smoker myself, but I know Dad loves a cigar, and I know Dad loves Jeremy Howe as well. So I love that he does his job, and I know I think I was a little bit harsh on him when he came into the Fremantle game. Was a little bit lost at times, but he has been just great throughout this whole season. An older body. Don't know how long we've got left with him and some of the older guys, but a couple more rests throughout the season. And if he's firing like he is now towards the end of the year, Jeremy Howe, my God, my boy, my absolute boy. And thank you for the Harry Perriman shout out as well. All right, two more. David, Jeffrey, tell me what you want, David.
Hey, Luke. G'day, Luke. Pies are doing really well. Rock solid as they have been.
Yep.
Yeah, but you can't fault them, really. The back line, forward line. How good was Jeremy Howe and Josh Dacos
Jeremy Howe.
individually? Even Billy Frampton. Yeah, he's been a really good recruit. Picking him up from Port, wasn't it? So, no, really happy. Just happy that we're just ticking along. Obviously, gut-wrenching what's going on with the Selwoods. And, like it's just cutting very deep even amongst Collingwood. They are a family club, so...
Yeah, yep.
You know, they, it's just puts it all in perspective, doesn't it? How big sport really is compared to real life issues. But It's great that the Pies are, will stick together and, keep marching forward. All right. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, mate. That was a good shout out about the Selwoods and what they're going through. And, it does put everything into perspective and life and football. And, it breaks my heart, and I'm sure it breaks everyone else's heart every time, it gets mentioned and we see it. And sending love to the Selwoods. So, David, thank you so much for shouting that out. It's a very important message. Thank you, David. I appreciate that, mate. And finally, Jonno from Japan. Konnichiwa, Jonno.
Konnichiwa, Swoopers. It's Jonno from Japan, back on Magpie Talkback Radio. Thank you for having me again, Swoop. It's so good to be back with another victory. The boys getting it done against the Crows. A fixture that for the last couple of years has been absolutely amazing to watch.
Yeah.
And this game did not disappoint as well. Right off the bat, of course, thoughts with the Selwood family. It's a bit of a sad week in football, and I think a welcome addition to the yearly fixture will be for men's mental health.
Agreed.
Definitely something that we need to prioritise.
Yep.
Swoop, on the topic, hope you're doing well, mate. Love your work. Keep it up. But on to the game. I wanted to ask you, Swoop, it's becoming a bit of a concerning trend here. In games where we're really pushed, we are losing the supply battle. We're losing the inside 50s. Now, the shining light to that is we are beautifully efficient when going inside 50. We're one of the more efficient teams in the competition when entering our forward 50, which is amazing to see. It's just we're not getting too much supply from the coalface. We've lost the inside 50 count the last couple weeks now, and this game is no different. How do you see that, Swoop, and how do you see us bouncing back? Regardless, we got to win in the wet. We won a tough, high contested game. Go Pies. Let me know, Swoop. Thank you.
Jonno, thank you so much for calling in. Always one of my faves, mate. One of my absolute faves. Great shout out to the Selwood family and all that. I'm doing well. Going through some things, doing well though. But about that, I was actually crazy. I was thinking, this was one of my shower thoughts today. Losing the inside 50 count, even against Adelaide, we were getting done around clearances, and even against Fremantle. Our defense is really holding up because we've been getting bombarded inside 50 going when the other teams are going forward. I don't know how that really turns. Efficiency really helps, and it goes back to what TJ was sort of talking about. When we get it in there, we have to be efficient. But how are we not, with the midfielders that we have, how are we not winning it at the coalface and giving our team the look? Are they relying on our defense to just hold up? How long can this hold up? Because that is probably one of the areas where in finals or towards the end of the year, you have to get right. You want to have the most inside 50s to give your forwards more of the chance and not just relying on your defense all of the time. This is what I don't like about the media too much is these sort of questions should be asked to Craig McRae and whoever, whoever's getting interviewed or whatever before the games and stuff like that or at the presses. So I would love for that to happen. I'm going to go to training on Thursday. Maybe I can talk to Craig about it. We'll see. But that's a good point, Jonno, and one that I probably will put on Instagram as well, or do a video or something. But I wish I knew how to sort of fix it. It's just first hands, first use, isn't it? Does Tom Mitchell come in and sort of help that? I know Ned Long's doing that. But can we have Ned Long and Tom Mitchell giving the ball out to our better users and going from there? But it's a good little shout out. If any of you guys know the answer, leave your thoughts down below. But that is it for Magpie Talkback Radio for the game against Kuwarna, round 10. Thank you to everyone who called in. Same time, same channel, same voicemail. Next week, what I'll do is I'll leave the link in the description. So that'll be the link, that you can leave. Go to that link after the game to leave your thoughts. But as always, it's on Facebook, it's on Instagram as well. But until then, single shackers, I love ya. Swoop you later.